my proposal is to look at how we can use augmented reality, in other words, modern technology, and can it be effective in teaching as a teaching aid in schools. Wikipedia tells us that augmented reality is an interactive experience of a real-world environment where the objects that reside in the real world are enhanced by computer-generated perceptual information. This can be across many different sensory channels, including visual and auditory. AR has the ability to be built through many different platforms and devices, from computers to handheld mobile phones. It's not limited, but rather it should be conceptualized beyond what the current technology can provide. As AR supplements more traditional learning techniques, it should be viewed as extending reality, to emphasize aspects of reality, to develop collaborative learning scenarios, bridging formal learning boundaries to accentuate an immediacy through these enhanced learning experiences. As the student becomes immersed in the learning experience, they gain an immediacy with a sense of being in the same place as others, developing a recognition of community learning. AR brings together a range of information, the real environment, and immediacy, giving realistic experience that could engender learning with real-world issues. For example, an AR study by Chung Wu and Husu in 2012 used a user's sense to learn about socio-scientific issues after the Fukushima nuclear power disaster. There are already some examples of where AR are being used in a classroom environment. The first one is an interactive gym, where a display is projected onto a wall and the children are encouraged to kick or throw a ball to a particular target, which explodes when they achieve that. The second one, which is drawings coming to life, the children draw their own pictures of animals, or in this case fish. They scan them in, they have a marker on them, and then these markers are used to show the fish that the children have drawn onto a wall. Suda mentions in his paper in 2012 that children enjoy creative play and often use an object to represent something else, such as a stone pretending to be a car. And in this way, AR can act as a conduit for linking more visual information. Again, in 2012, Wu mentions that educational benefits of linking the real world to virtual elements has made AR one of the key emerging technologies for education. And Elm Quadam in 2018 finds that educational programs fit well within AR technologies. It fulfills the needs of the learner, and when it's applied properly, this technology can create enhanced, contemporary educational environments with enriched learning opportunities for students. In all cases, it is certain that in the next few years, AR and virtual reality, VR, will revolutionise the way we interact with the real world and will be widely adopted in all domains. Michael Brodeker, in his TED Talk, Reimagining Education, identifies augmented reality and virtual reality, that it can reimagine education. By plugging a mobile phone into a headset, you can move into an equipped science lab, a virtual science lab. Teachers need to collaborate with companies to make use of this technology and to drive the adoption of it into schools and education. Here's an example that he gave. Jack Ankara is a 15-year-old. Is credited with solving a breakthrough for pancreatic cancer. Now, he was too young to enter a science lab, but he was able to walk in to a virtual lab and experiment safely. I am interested in seeing how technology can be used to inspire our future generation. I also wish to examine how augmented reality works compared to traditional teaching methods. My research will take the form of analysis on how schools are using augmented reality and what scope teachers see in adopting this technology. I'm also interested to see how young learners are benefiting from these new approaches. At this stage, my research has shown how augmented reality is viewed by academia. Some of the papers that I have read indicate the great potential this technology has. I wish to continue reading these types of papers to see in more modern context, more up-to-date context than I have done so far for semester A.